Hello everyone! RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with more NieR Replicant. In the previous video, we just really focused a lot on side story and side quests, and we're just gonna wrap up these last two that I had, which is, technically I could have wrapped up the Runaway Son one as soon as I could, but like, a reason why I didn't do that yet is because I wanted to get this fluorite, which took a fucking long time to get. Took me like 3 more tries going through the temple, and honestly, when I was in that third run, I was like, okay, this is the last time. If I don't get in there, it's like, sorry, I won't get it now. So
here's that ore you want.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Now maybe my girl will let me hold her hand. Here's the money for the material and a little extra for your time.
But getting 30,000 is
hold on, this is way too much.
Is worth it.
Are you kidding? That's what fluorite costs you on the open market. I only threw in a few coins for your trouble. It's really that expensive? Hey, I learned my lesson last time. From now on, it's nothing but the best for my girl.
The human soul is an unfathomable thing indeed.
Yeah.
You got that right.
Do you think it possible that this man is being deceived by his lover?
Yeah, I do.
Then we shall inform him at once.
Yeah, probably better if we don't.
What's this? Have you finally found someone you are unwilling to aid?
Look, relationships are messy, and sometimes you can't always understand what's going on between a couple.
There is nothing in this world that Grimoire Weiss cannot understand.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yep. So that takes care of that. And I feel like once I hand in this other quest, this should get me roughly around the 50% mark of quests, which is great. Yeah, sleep 49. If quests take like 2% with everything, which is weird because one of them had to be like either a 3 or 4% or a 5%, whatever. It's weird. Oh well. Either way, we're getting a 50% or 51, or it might even be more. We'll see. So we're at 49% right now. So yeah, and because of me having to go through the temple multiple times, I actually got a level up through the temple, so that's awesome. Oh, you little bastard. Fine. Oh my god, you came after me again? Normally it's a one and done, but fine. You know, because I killed like your lover, so there you go. Big boy's back, but there's no reason to kill him unless I want to get an item, I guess. But if it's not a guarantee, it's not a guarantee. But anyway, yes, we're going to hand in the Sun quest, and then we're going to continue on with the story, finally. I know we were at story the part before the last one, so 2 parts ago was story. But I feel like I haven't done the story in forever with this game. It's probably because of how long it was in between that recording and the recording I did earlier, so yeah. Like, even though, like, obviously you guys are saying this every, like, a day after each other, sometimes I record these, like, in, like, wait, what? Oh, here we are.
Nobody's here.
I believe they left us a note.
Thanks to your help, my son's returned to take up the family business. He decided to move to a new land to begin anew and thoroughly train him to carry on the family name.
That's sort of anticlimactic. I wonder what the business was anyway.
Hey, are you friends with the people who lived here?
No, not really. Why?
Because the goddamn bastards borrowed money from everyone in the village and then skipped town. Apparently their son ran away because he wanted to escape a life of crime. But then some idiot brought him back.
Uh-oh.
Well, I guess we know the family business now.
To think we did not even get paid for this absurd misadventure. Oh well. Perhaps we should tally it up as an expensive life lesson and move on.
Oh, that sucked. But what can you do? Oh yeah, so I want to check out the... Oh, wow, that only gave me 1%. So yeah, now I'm 50%. I'm halfway through the quest, which I don't know if I'll get any more quests right now. Well, actually, that's a lie. I should get some quests like the Fisherman's Gambit. I should get a couple more of those before an event happens, but for now, let's go talk to Popola. Popola! Popola. My darling Popola. Also, this room probably updated, so let's check that out. Should have updated with 2 of them, right? Oh, it updated with a couple of them.
It's that lizard thing we fought in the Eyrie. Who would make a figure of that anyway? And what is it doing here? This is from the junk heap.
For a decoration, it's certainly in poor taste.
I wonder why the
We saw this cube back in the Baron Temple.
top shelf isn't there for that
Perhaps
one.
the Prince of Facade gave it to Popola as a gift?
I wonder why that top one isn't one. Even though technically Kane was technically the second boss, in a way.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes to bring to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice of the matter. Recently there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream of dream, evil dream, empty dream, cursed dream, evil dream, words dream, and dream, someone dream.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, all right. Thank you.
Dream. It's all in the dream. We're off to the Forest of Myth now. That up. Ah, good old berries. I'm so curious if I actually have like enough money to like fully upgrade all my shit. Probably not. The version of there's our weapons I haven't even picked up yet, so. Oh, damn, overcast. I was hoping it'd be fully sunny so then I could take full advantage of getting more mutton. I need to restock on my medical herbs anyway too, so I think I actually have enough money to hand into the lady again for some more gold. I really want to. I would love if there's like a tally at the end of the game, even though I don't think there is, about like, here's how many sheep you've killed. this one was killed by a shade. Or maybe it was killed by collateral from Kane's attack. Alright, let's go. Where's the meat? Dirty bag. Alright, let's see what's up here. Actually, how many words do I have? 14% of them. That's not bad. There's a trophy to get all the words, but I honestly don't know if I can do it in a single playthrough. NieR came back. He came home to see me. Yay. Because I think, because yeah, like I said, when I was looking through the trophy list earlier between the games, there was a thing about the about money, like getting 1 million, and the guy was like, yeah, you're probably better off just doing this on New Game Plus Plus. So like, you know, the things like just sell or just buy, save and then sell everything, and you should get pretty close.
Words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Why is his voice raised in a quizzical way?
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
Mayor stared at NieR and Vice.
You can speak to me. I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
Mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Deathdream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught or cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Deathdream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor's mouth twitching
Now
slightly.
see here.
He
Are
said,
you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
said the
I
mayor.
think you have.
In other words,
Said NieR.
we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm NieR's suspicion, Vice explained with rage.
Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who NieR had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream.
Said the mayor.
A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
NieR and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much ram chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carefully seemed to sting his
It
pride.
does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
Narata!
It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to NieR like a contagion. Wait, said NieR suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, the villagers told us to watch out for contagious words, right? Mary leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. You must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dream or something that dreams or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep, cried Vice, suddenly blaring out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, NieR's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream, that's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheet of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally noted his approval at NieR. That sounds right, he said as his sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. Mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. Should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research the disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escape in this place instead of trying to understand it. Mayor's hand tied around the pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out. But I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an escape, I'd know about it. Paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people he could ever hope to meet. But once the disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. NieR nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help to NieR, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Vice. Grimoire looked from NieR to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? Mayor slowly raised his head, realization drawing on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice. And dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an escape, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are eager as you to be done with this place. Mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he cried to the departing forms of NieR and Vice. We're all counting on you. As NieR slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? NieR's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands are now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging NieR to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept to navigating the environment, NieR snapped. Okay, Vice, cram it for a second, would you? You don't need to walk. You don't have to walk. NieR leaned against the tree to try to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid force be so big? He muttered to himself. Moment words trembles from his mouth. A cornucopia of insects spun to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out of the volume that rattled his teeth. NieR slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice, what is going on? NieR could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed, the floor howled. And then, just as NieR's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he moved a hand from his left ear and listened to the creature of the woods. Zero, 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 zero. Woo woo woma. Woo woo woma. Chic, 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 chic. His insect symphony dimmed another decimal. NieR began to detect patterns of sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects were just calling out. They were asking a question. 1, with it lacking. 2, with it is ideal. 3, with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pinches, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1, with it is lacking. 2, with it is ideal. 3, with it is dangerous. What is it? I want to say secret. I think it's a secret. Inordinately furious that Weiss left the task on NieR's side and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? Suddenly the insect stopped as suddenly as began. The forest undergrowth parted before NieR like a ripping wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, NieR moved on with a new intensity. Path onward. Path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on the path, the journey had a purpose. I guess the forest had accepted us, huh? Said NieR after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this force for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, NieR picked up a small rock and sent it skimming across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time a rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When I falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, sparked Weiss. Now answer it. NieR gritted his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through a window, but break no glass. When I falls, I vanish. What am I? You're sunlight! Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the springs. Sunlight flitted through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spun the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look! Cried NieR, awaking Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? NieR walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door creaked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began NieR, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end of night with 3. What am I? NieR tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose so, said NieR. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end at the night with 3. What am I? I think it's a man, right? A man. This dissolves from a cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his... Yeah, because even though it's like... they're talking about their stages of life. Morning, you know, your morning is you as a child, or as a baby, and then eventually you grow on 2, and then when you get older at night, you have 3 with a cane. You know, ideally. With that, the man flung his garments aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried NieR. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. I'm sorry, what's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you at cracking the seal of the Deathdream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heels and slammed the door behind him. As NieR watched, mist steeped out from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing him from existence. When NieR and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he spun to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. His left hand gripped NieR's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge it from its socket. With his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. NieR smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. NieR withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Deathdream seal, he said. At least I think we did. Mayor's face beamed as NieR filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. NieR crooked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. NieR and the mayor obediently claimed reside on top of the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Weiss, it is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker and the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. NieR shook the mayor's shoulders gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, and the mayor in an odd voice. We did, I'm back. Blinked once and then again as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. That dream was spreading through our village and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. Must have caught the disease and became trapped in my own dream. NieR started to stand and collapsed back to the earth. He started his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at NieR and shrugged. Without word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a weary smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Weiss. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying standing at feet. No, I cannot. Some of those are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. NieR slowly made his way to the divine tree at the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's a guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will not make our mission harder. Will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. Mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. NieR and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed the goal had been found in the most unsuspected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, NieR mentioned the strange man who had given them the third rail of the mysterious words he had left with them. I once saw a vision of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the words does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I've seen you before too. NieR tried to keep his straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the Death Dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. NieR gave the mayor a nod and smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? Riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a little, like... I think that's one of the weirdest things about this game is that segment.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Tame the sealed verse. Dark execution. Some magical spikes on the ground to pale enemies.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink it, Weiss. This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
I breathe air scared in death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway along unused catacombs of Sun Infinite Castle. Outside I heard sounds of funnel dirge that played without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he has forsaken me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. So it knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I heard a familiar voice say. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail and embed thick splinters under my rigid nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my idle mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all gods, help me. And possibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly cracks and opens, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy in a flowing book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking my hands, covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is NieR. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken you from this nightmare together. The one known as NieR extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. But my eyes are slowly to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the catacomb sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this would not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Voice, and look at your feet. Force my eyes and I see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good on escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again, and now I'm ahead and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are mazed, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. Oh, give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. I thought it was the phone call from my bank saying like, "Hey, we got your new debit card," which they should be calling. If I don't get a call today, I'm going to go up there tomorrow and be like, "Hey, did you get my card? If not, hey, I need some cash. I need to go grocery shopping soon." But no, it's just GameStop saying a game that I pre-ordered and already paid in full is coming out soon. Squat down the dim corridors and proceed north. Oh. At the end of the corridor, find a row of 20 gorgeous undivided beds resting on top of the carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I came upon a shapeless man of gray matter. Has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outline of a door just beyond. When I reach out my finger to touch a piece of mass, it turns to dust and drifts away in the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred, crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again till the marrow dawns upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into the tower and set them ablaze. Whenever they were alive or dead, I do not know. Sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether to scream or laugh, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciless blackness. I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors. Let's go east then. At the end of the path, I found myself in the great hall with only sounds of rain for comfort. Wall-logged red carpet squashed beneath my feet as I approached the center of the room. Once there, I beheld a beautiful dining table upon which rest china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. My eyes continue to adjust. I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but the truth of the matter dawns on me. I recall in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made home of their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was nothing more than a requiem of the damned. Took a moment to steady my hands, then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs proved to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one's covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up to the back and down the arms. It explains the color of the carpets beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task of invasion, the agonized scream that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind gasped frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. But in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. It's all hope we made all we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I gave myself to the effort. In 10 minutes with NieR and Grimoire Vice, I slammed my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, I gave away, and we find ourselves falling to the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat, the clouds above and dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cried as tears of joy ran down my cheek. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, suddenly noticed that my dress is in tatters and sheepishly tried to cover my exposed skin. You're dressed, asked Weiss. Then you are a woman, madam. I am. I offered a two smile. Suppose that comes as nothing as surprising as how I exist only through the forms of words. I can see that the one known as NieR is this point that the torn dress will be given no further description. But he hides it well. With a nod and shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behold, behind us an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle window shutters with a mighty roar. Fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, cleaning the smoke away for good. As we watch, and all uncomfortably black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Okay, look, I think this is the last person, and then we'll be good.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
I figured
Let's
a
do
book
it.
like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Alright, story time. The colony of the massive sculptures was visible to the distance, their tall forms scrapping against the sky. Vice and NieR had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
So this considers the answer, sun beat down on them with renewed
Perhaps
ferocity,
they are some manner of mirage.
he said. Under the sea, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. NieR nodded and wiped the sweat from his brow, leaving a trail of sand in place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road to which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wipes of grass punched up through the rocky surface as if to find those who had laid the materials down over their home. The reflection from the road made NieR lightheaded. His feet hurried and he crunched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Weiss tried not to let his eyes roll too much. No joke, he said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it this way, mate, might make it easier for you to bear. NieR glanced at Weiss's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, NieR's feet grew more painful and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We're definitely getting closer, said Weiss in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, NieR lifted his gaze. Suddenly he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open and his fingers pointing into the distance. Water, he cried. It's water! Water? Asked Weiss. Preposterous, I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun's reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, NieR sprung to life and bounced towards the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. NieR closed his eyes inside as Weiss floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. NieR shook his head bewildered. Suddenly, he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there. NieR sprinted off again, leaving Weiss with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, NieR came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. And as soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue, shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up to NieR and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here! NieR's face clouded. There isn't? There is not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as such. Vice paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the City of Art. NieR looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried NieR, completely forgotten the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape. Tall rectangular that stretched up toward the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glasses that reflected light in a thousand directions. While each other seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangled caps. What kind of city is this? Said NieR. Where are the people? Where are their houses? Perhaps this land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracle of artists were everywhere. Great iron crates were with wheels set silently on steel rails. Beautifully carved words with light of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or bricks, but many were composed of materials they have never seen before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles were staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose of the abstract works around them, NieR and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. NieR uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. 3 sculptures were indistinguishably except for a single word chiseled on the right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. NieR moved to touch the nearest statue. A bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures, aligned to the statue's shoulders, and emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shrugged to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said NieR. They're alive. Triples bowed low before NieR. Please, said Alpha. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to NieR and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake. You know I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one here. Their respective pleas given, the 3 statues removed their returned to the frozen state of silence once again, enveloped the city. Okay, so one will always speak the truth and the other ones will always speak lies. So well, here's the thing. So Alpha says I am real. But then like he's telling the truth. So one of them is obviously, or 2 of them are lying, you know. Beta says Alpha is fake and I'm the real one. So if he's telling the truth, because Alpha didn't say this person is fake, I'm real. He just flat out said I'm real. So that's the one that's like, that could be like, well, he's the only one that said that, so it's like he should be real then. While the other 2 say someone else is fake. So if you go like, if Beta is real, then they told the truth that Alpha is fake and he's the real one. And with Gamma, he's like, Beta is fake and he's the real one. So it's kind of hard. So I guess it'd have to be Beta then, because yeah. When you consider all the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Vice. NieR furrowed his eyebrows to consider all his answers. Only one form is real, the others are fake. The real form will always speak the truth, the false one will only speak lies. I want to say Beta. Like, it has to be Beta, right? Because he's telling the truth as... I'm going to say Beta? The real one is Beta. Though NieR's voice betrayed noble lack of confidence, he was revealed to see Vice's nodding at him. And if Alpha was telling the truth, began Weiss in a drier tone of lecture, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar, therefore the theory crumbles. Now let's presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars in the situation. However, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with 2 statues telling the truth. Finally, he assumes that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense, therefore Beta must be real. As Vice finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled silently into dust while Beta sprung to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Vice in his cheerful tone. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low he could go before an uncomfortable NieR pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Weiss. Have you been to this city before? Peter slowly looked around the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape and shook his head. I don't think so. It's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, nodded NieR, just like the mayor. Vague sense of unease that struck NieR during the mayor's dreams spun once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling
Honestly,
me.
same.
Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
One-hand sword, Faith.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Let's actually look at that. So yeah, here's my, got the nameless blade, the lily leaf sword. I don't even remember how I got that. The Nirvana Desert, Moonrise, Rebirth, Earthworm's Claw, Beast Brain, Faith. Alrighty, that takes care of that. Weird side story, but it's a good one, in all honesty. Not even like a side story, like this is straight up what they wanted you to do.
So how was the village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
Bullshit is what it is. Wow, it only takes 14 hits to kill the boar. Wow, with the dagger, it took roughly 20... Actually, with the dagger, I think it took 30. And the nameless katana I had on... I think I was the nameless katana. That one took like 21. Alright, there we are. Yeah, I'm getting slowly but surely getting back up to my... my max medical herbs. Well, I want to see how much mutton I have once I take care of these 2 sheep. I want to say I probably have enough to give it 2 more to her. Because I think I had like 5, like I had 9. $24. Yep, I was right. I think I had 9. Before I did all that, so I'll give her some more mutton. I want to go save first before I go talk to Popola. I'll go talk to Popola first and then I'll save. Or no, I'll save and then I'll talk to Popola. Actually, hold on. I'll just go I'll hand in the meat first. How much money do I even have? A shit ton. That's how much. Over 100,000. Just keep doing this over and over, and I'll get enough.
Here's your money.
Oh, thank you.
Here's your...
Oh,
Eventually I'll get. It's gonna take a while before I get the $1 million or million golds, whatever you want to say it's called. Let's save. Alright, Popola. Got your shit.
Death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
Nah, we're
I'm
good.
okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things.
I think this will be our way to get from city to city without having to go
Fortunately,
outside.
however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment.
I think.
If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
Okay. Back to Seafront. I want to see where this takes me first. Like,
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
you gotta love their banter. So good. So good. All right. Oh. Seems very overcast today for some odd reason, even though I don't think those things ever change. Okay, fine. Motherfucker. Wait a minute. Oh, no, not yet. Okay. I thought we were heading to the manor, but maybe it's not yet. We'll be getting there. We have to be heading there soon-ish. I want to see why this dude is not coming to work. Hello.
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help repair the canal? Popola sent me to...
Oh God, it's over. My life is over.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being involved with this particular endeavor.
Easy, Vice. Hey, so, are you alright? What happened?
It's my wife. She left home a week ago and hasn't come back. I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling, where are you?
Oh, that's terrible. Would you like us to help you look for her?
Really? You do that for me?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well, she always used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
Alright, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Oh, and by the way, my wife always carries a red bag, just like mine. If you mention that, it might ring some bells.
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage. Plus, these bags are special. We bought them for our anniversary. But now my sweet dumpling is gone. And it's all my fault.
I love how
Oh,
Vice
God.
moves. Like, if you're far, like, he's not gonna move here, but if I move right there, then he moves.
Okay. Just stay calm. We'll go look for her, alright? You sit tight.
I'm willing to bet that man knows more about his wife's absconding than he's letting on.
Oh, you would be right, probably, but let's,
Hey there, I'm, looking for a woman carrying a red bag.
Are you now? Interesting. Did something happen to her?
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise, is it? Oh, those two never change. Anyway, the short answer is no. She hasn't been around here either. Though come to think of it, she always got on well with the woman over at the tackle shop. Maybe you should try her?
I'll do that. Thanks.
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not sit here and join me for a round? Or three?
I'm a kid.
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not old enough to drink. Hey there, do you know a woman with a red bag by any chance?
A red bag? Oh, sure. Although now that I think about it, I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, joy.
Last time she came around, she mentioned something about leaving town, but I figured it was just idle talk.
Leaving town, huh? Alright, thanks for your time.
If she has truly left this charming hamlet, finding her may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
One can assume. One can only hope, lad, that there was no sense of foul play running amok. I didn't go and heal. Damn it.
Something about that shade seems rather odd.
Yep.
Hey, look at this.
It is identical to the red satchel carried by the man who sent us on this mad quest. Perhaps it belongs to his spouse.
Oh no. Do you think the shades got her?
I fear it likely, lad. I sense no other activity in the immediate vicinity. We were too late.
Well, this is terrible. What are we supposed to say?
However difficult it may be, we've no choice but to tell the man the truth.
Yep. Must tell the sad truth, the tragic truth. Your wife is dead and she was gonna leave you anyway because she was leaving town. I actually really like this sword. I think this is actually the sword. It's hard to tell, but I think in like some of the arts that I remember seeing back of old of Papa NieR, Daddy NieR, I think his sword was something like that in a way. So, and I'm looking at the cover right now. That might be the same sword as well, or it could be a smaller sword. So. Let me just go heal at the post office. Post box. Which I don't think they did this in the game. The OG game. They might have, but again, I don't know. It's I've never played too much of OG NieR. I think my cousin had it, or like one of his friends had it, and we played it. But I remember watching Let's Plays of them. I don't remember if they healed or not.
Hey, did you find my sweet dumpling?
We didn't, but we got this off a shade.
She was a dumpling, all right.
Oh no, this is hers.
So our fears were correct.
Oh God, how could this happen to her? This is all my fault.
What's
If
asking?
I may, my good man, why did your wife leave home in the first place?
It's because I
think we should give him some time to himself, Vice.
Honey, I'm home. Good heavens, you're a wreck. What's wrong?
Okay. Yeah, so I think this is somewhat the same thing with that lady of the girlfriend who died in Facade.
Dumpling, you're not dead.
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, you found my bag. Thank you so much. I can't believe I went and dropped it like that.
Oh, this is such a relief.
Okay, seriously. What's going on?
5 minutes later.
I see. So, you found a shade with my bag and assumed I'd been attacked and killed?
I'm just glad you're safe, Dumpling, but I'm also so sorry. This is all my fault. Oh, if I didn't eat that apple you were saving. Oh, God, I'm such an idiot! Listen, I promise I'll never eat anything of yours again. You just promise never to run away from home again, okay?
Run away? Have you lost your mind? I just went to visit my parents.
Huh?
I told you about this. Going to see my family, gone for a week. Remember? Ugh, are you serious right now? Why don't you ever listen to me?
Lad, my brilliant intuition suggests we should beat a hasty retreat from these two with all speed.
Good idea. Should we get out of here? Stick around and listen more. Sully, no, let's stick around and listen.
I can't believe you didn't listen to me, and you ate my apple. Ugh, you are the absolute worst.
What? Oh, like you're some perfect angel. You didn't even care enough about our anniversary to hang on to your bag.
Uh-oh.
You, kid, I'm right about this, yeah? If anyone's wrong here, it's my wife, right?
Wait, you're asking me?
I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to keep doing this, and whichever one it lands on is going to land on. Stop.
Well, an anniversary gift is an important thing. You probably should have taken better care of it.
God, I hate that that's the one I landed on.
Oh, so I'm the bad guy now, hmm? Is this fun for you two? Do you like ganging up on a poor innocent woman? Ooh, you disgust me.
What? No, that's not what I meant.
Besides, it's pretty rich to come after me for an apple when you threw away my entire stamp collection.
Ha! You're damn right I did, and I'd do it again. You are nothing but a hoarding slob.
Oh, God.
There, my husband's in the wrong here, isn't he?
Pardon, but madam,
Honestly, both of them.
Oh, enough. The both of you are at fault. Now apologize to one another and end this ridiculous display.
Big talk for a floating magazine.
I see you finally agree on something.
Five minutes, 1 hour later.
Do you not even understand how frustrating this is, you colossal oaf? This is exactly what I hate about you.
Fine, hate me. I'll still sleep like a baby knowing I'm not an unreasonable hag like you.
Vice, what do I do?
You turn on your heel and walk away as fast as your legs can carry you, my good lad.
That's it. I have had enough. Instead of belittling me, why don't you get a proper job? Everyone in the neighborhood treats me like dirt, and it's all because of my unemployed slob of a husband.
Actually, I have a job now.
Wait, you what? You're kidding. Why didn't you tell me? That's great.
Well, I sort of wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, you big silly Billy.
You big silly
This calls for a
Billy.
celebration. Come on, I'm going to bake you a nice apple pie.
What even happened, Vice?
I have no idea what just transpired, but it has utterly exhausted me.
Well, looks like they made up, so all's well that ends well?
In the course of all that madness, I have forgotten why we even came here in the first place.
Oh, heck, the canal. We need to ask him about the canal.
Excuse me.
I can't thank you enough for all your help.
Yeah, cool. Do your job.
Sure, but listen, we need to talk to you about the canal.
Oh, right! That's why you came here in the first place, huh? Well, now that my love life is rolling in clover again, I'd be more than happy to get going on the canal work.
Cool. How exhausting.
That was exhausting.
Tell me about it. Anyway, let's go give Popola an update.
I think I'm gonna save that for next time though, guys. So, oh my lord. This was a very eventful part. Had aw. Ah, hey, it's a clear sky,
The
so
couple
no
with the
shades.
red bags were a strange pair indeed. It boggles the mind to think their relationship can persist despite such intense squabbling.
Well, they looked pretty happy in the end, at least. Maybe the secret to living a happy life is sharing your feelings, even when they're sort of mean and weird.
If you adopt such a strategy, I may leave for groceries one day and never return.
No, Daddy, don't do that. Don't leave for cigarettes and don't leave for your cigarettes and never come back. Don't leave for a gallon of milk and never come back. Oh boy. But like I said, guys, that's gonna do it for this part of Let's Play NieR Replicant. In the next part, we'll continue on with the story. I'm actually gonna quickly just see if there's any like side quests that Devla came up with. And if so, I'll probably maybe do those off screen or something. I don't think so. I don't think there's too many side quests that are left. I could be in the total wrong though. You never know. But yeah, so all right, Devla does not have anything, so that must mean there's no side quest. So perfect. So that's going to do it for this part, guys. And in the next part, we shall continue on with story. So thank you all so much for watching this video, guys. If you liked the video, please give the like button a click. Comment down below, check about the video, didn't like the video. Let me know what you guys think of that display that we saw between the couple. So yeah. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to my main channel too, that's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RPG Kingdom Kid Twitter, are in there too. I'm thinking if there's something I want to plant. Probably not. For now, nah. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I will see you all next time.